Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I'm Real King and this is it, y'all. Okay y'all, so let's get right into the video. I want to first apologize yet again, y'all. I did not make my video yesterday. I'm going to explain all of that right quick. So yesterday, as I told y'all, I was going to most likely make my video late. I had some things I was going to be doing after work that was going to take up some of that time. So what happened yesterday? Yesterday, y'all, was an interesting day. So let's go back maybe a couple of videos ago. And I told y'all about an incident that happened at my job where I'm on the forklift and I messed up 2 times. So I did not tell you guys, not on purpose, but it just, it didn't trigger my thoughts at the time. But I made these 2 mistakes, which are pretty serious mistakes, safety mistakes. I made those right in front of 2 of regional managers. Yeah. And so I'm thinking nothing of it because they didn't mention nothing to me at that date. I forgot what day that was. That was earlier this week? So it went by a couple of days and I still didn't get nothing. All right. So we ended up getting some help because we were expected to get, I don't know if I told y'all this, but we were expecting to get 2 trailers on a Thursday and we didn't. We got 1 trailer on a Thursday and then we were going to get 1 yesterday. So I was told to come in early yesterday because this trailer was going to come in at 7. So I had to be there at 7 o'clock instead of 8. So I'm there. We did all this work the day before. We didn't have any help until later on in the afternoon. They got 2 new guys, temps, for the afternoon. Well, we had already done the trailer by then, so by then. So they came and I was told to help them out, show them what to do, that kind of stuff, and that's what I did for the most part. And so that was cool, they were young guys, and I'm showing them around, and so nothing of that. So Friday comes and I show up to work, everybody's ready, the truck ain't there as usual, and so long story short, that was a big mistake that I made. I guess they were trying to do me a solid, and they let me, kind of finish my shift out. And then we got off early, so came home, and on my way home, I'm getting this message, and it's basically saying, that, they no longer need me there. And, in so many words, it was because of the issue that I had with the forklift. Because they're going to be getting cherry pickers in there pretty soon. And basically with all of the stuff that's going to be in their product, I didn't demonstrate the proper technique as a certified forklift operator by doing something that was very simple. That's just common sense, and it wasn't as common for me at that time. Whether, be that as it may, I was nervous because I was. There was product all around me that was stuff on the ground that, I wasn't, I wasn't really prepared for that. Yeah, it just sucked. And I was on a bigger forklift trying to do this. So everything kind of worked against me at that time. And, unfortunately, those 2 back-to-back mistakes cost me my job. So that's not a bad thing. Let me explain. Because as you guys see, I have this knee brace on my knee. Now, this knee brace has been pretty good. Now, again, like I told y'all when I got this knee brace, the thing about this one is it hasn't been fitting my knee that well. So what I said I was gonna do, which I did do, is I put it on this knee. The good news about that is it fits pretty good on this knee. Actually kind of tight, not too tight, but comfortably and tight, which is really good. So what that means is this leg is very small, which I already kind of knew because I haven't done any exercise to strengthen it and build it up. So that means all I really need to do is do my exercise to build it up, and it'll grow into this knee brace. So that's great. And I do need that to happen because riding my bike on this, it was hell. It was because it was, I don't know if it was flipped under or whatever, but it was scraping the underside of my thigh. And actually I have a rash, a small rash on my thigh because of it. So, yeah, it was definitely uncomfortable to ride my bike with this on. So I will probably need to buy some Velcro strips, at least for temporary use on this leg or on this knee until my knee gets better, gets bigger. So and that's about it. Another thing is the job was really wearing on my knee. I was actually having a lot of pain, which, I knew better. That's not the kind of job I was supposed to be at. So it was really putting my knee through pressure. A lot of pain. It was discomfort going on. I was limping. So, things happen for a reason, and things don't happen for reasons. So I made videos in the past, but I have not posted them on here. But I was letting people know that, look, not everything, is a good thing. And so just because, don't be caught up in the money, because not all money is good money. Not all money is good for you. And so, and I think I was talking to one of my family members about this the other day, and I'm just like, okay, would you rather make, let's just throw this out. Would you rather make like $16.50 an hour, outside in Houston's, summer heat, no shade, digging trenches, for a temp service? Or would you like to make $16 an hour, $16.50 an hour, as a line cook, if you have that experience? Okay, so it just depends on what you prefer. And what we was doing at this job, it was not, I'm gonna say it like this, it wasn't OSHA safe. Okay, so like if OSHA would have came in there and seen what we was doing, or just seen stuff, period, they would put a stop to that immediately. There wouldn't even be no questions on that. They'd be like, no, what's going on with this? What's going on with these things? Why are yeah. So, I was really putting myself at risk every day. I was climbing ladders that were unstable, that were not safe, that didn't have stoppers on them, that were wobbly. What else? In dark areas that weren't lit, carrying box over my head, balancing acts type stuff. So it just wasn't something that I was comfortable with. And it wasn't even just me. There was the other two temp workers that had been working with me already, that were saying the same thing. One guy was like, he was about to quit. He didn't want to. He was like, I don't think I'm gonna be here next week. And another guy, he was like, he wasn't thinking that this is a good idea, that this was gonna last. The lighting issues, just a lot of small stuff that they would do. And so, yeah, so it was fun while it lasted. I did gain some knowledge from there. I got back into the rhythm of pulling orders and doing that kind of stuff, so that was good. Got on the forklift, got kind of reacclimated with the use of the forklift, although I did make some mistakes. I won't make those mistakes again. That was again, y'all. I'm certified. I've operated them before. I have no problems. It just was, for some stupid reason, I got nervous and I didn't do the right thing when I should have. So, lessons to be learned. I wanted to show you guys something because, so, although this happened, I'm still sticking with what I said I was going to do. Now, I told y'all I had to get through Friday. Okay, so let's get back to that. So, although, yes, it was a short day, I got to Friday. Now, I have my money saved up. Got my rent put aside. I pay my rent next week, next Wednesday to be exact. And then Thursday I get paid. I believe it's going to be Thursday. So with that being said, what that means for me is that'll be the day. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys something real quick. I don't really have a comfortable way to do all this, y'all. So, but anyways, let's see if I can get this done. So I'm going to try to show y'all my computer. Give me a second. Let me bring it up. I was going to show y'all a couple of things. So this is the bike that I am planning to get right there. That is a Mafia bike, FTG. It's a Bama FTG 29 inch. So that's the bike that I am planning to get. Let me see if I can show y'all a better picture of that, semi better. So it looks like that. It is considered a wheelie bike. It's my style, put it that way. This is definitely my style. I like those wheels right there. Got the purple on those rims, checkerboard purple. It also has a really plush, comfortable seat. I've heard nothing but good things about these seats. They're very comfortable, which is something that my bike is not. And as you guys see, it is just a single gear, no gears, just one single gear, straight. It's basically like a adult BMX type bike, and I do like that color. The purple and the green really is dope. Those tight looking handlebars, you smell me? So that's coming from the actual warehouse or the actual company itself, but I'm actually gonna buy it from a place called Stacked BMX Bikes. They're out of Cali. They're a little bit cheaper, and they have a 2 to 5 day delivery, so that's gonna be dope. So Thursday, I'm gonna have that video for you guys. I'm gonna place the order, so I'm gonna show y'all everything, and it should be here 5 days after that, to the next week. So what that means for me is, because everything is still going like I told y'all, so I was gonna show y'all this real quick. So this is what I do, y'all. I'm on Indeed, and I have my resume already uploaded on Indeed, and so I'm always applying for jobs. And so all of these up front on the top are jobs that I've already applied for, and so there's a plethora of them. All of these are good paying jobs, 40 hours, and I believe they're not the exact type of work I was doing. So some of these are line cooks, pallet repair, just different stuff like that. So I'm heavily, I'm always on my A game, y'all. So when things don't go when things don't go the way that you may expect them to go, and life throws you curveballs, don't get, frantic or whatever. Just kind of roll with the tide, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because things will work out, especially if you've been in the same positions before. So I got the jobs on deck. There's a few jobs that actually have Monday through Friday, 2 to 4 walk-in interviews. So there's a good chance I might do that either probably Tuesday. I got an appointment I'm going to be doing on Monday morning, I think. And so, is it Monday morning? Or I could do it Monday and then do my appointment on Tuesdays. Anyways, so I have some things lined up when it comes to that. So I'm good on that. And I have money. Okay, so here's another thing I wanted to show y'all. So this is what I use to learn Portuguese. And so I was telling you guys about this. I saw this on YouTube, and it wasn't even this. It was just these people that were teaching you how to speak Portuguese, and it was these instructors or whatever. And on the website or on the page, they actually had, they were from this company. And so when I scroll down, let me see, give me a second. So it was actually one of these figures that I was actually doing the teaching and stuff like that on the website or on the YouTube. And so I can definitely tell y'all this works really good. It's not expensive. I usually do the month to month, although you know how it goes when you do like the yearly or whatever, you get a bigger discount, but I'm not paying like $300 up front. So I'm gonna do, they have some really good deals on a month to month. You really got to catch them. They sometimes are as low as like $19, $20, but they're, they kind of fluctuate. So that's what I do, y'all. So because I'm still doing what I'm gonna do. I'm still doing this. I'm still going to get the bike, like I said, and then I'm still going to show y'all. We're going to do more videos. Now that I have more time, I'll be doing videos, even though I don't have my handheld right now, but I'm going to be taking my phone with me, y'all, and we're going to be doing videos. So I'm going to show y'all stuff, on the go. It's not going to be in here. Next week, well, starting tonight or tomorrow morning, we're going to be getting rain all week. It's like thunderstorms happening the entire week, so it's going to be wet. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing a bunch of outing, but we may. I mean, the phone is water resistant, right? So we'll see how it goes. But I do have some good stuff lined up. I'm excited, and I'm looking at life, and I look at life much better. There are some things that were going on that the job was not really allowing me to do, that was kind of hindering me, like I explained to you guys. Like I just got done with the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Okay, so that's a 7-day Shabbat, a 7-day, set apart, appointed time. So there's things that we're supposed to do, that I'm supposed to do as a Israelite for that. Okay, there's things that I can't do, and so there's been some complications with the job and other things that kind of have been hindering that. And so when that happens, I kind of get a little bothered by that. I feel uneasy. And in this walk, y'all, as a Hebrew Israelite, there's a lot of things that I have to get used to. I just have to come to terms with. They're not always going to be easy. A lot of it's not going to be easy because it doesn't conform with the way that the rest of the world and the rest of society operates. Case in point, can't work on Saturdays. Well, a lot of jobs, especially good paying jobs, they want you to work on Saturdays. That's kind of a requirement, Even if it's every other day, or every other Saturday, it's still something. So that could also cause confliction. Then of course I have different set apart times during the week that are also a Shabbat that I have to keep regardless. And here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. I'm not here to talk about anybody and what they do with their faith, with their whatever that they're into, or if they're not into, whatever. I'm talking about what's best for me and my relationship with the Most High and what I know. And when I read something and if I take it some way that's the way it's supposed to be taken and understood, then look, what he says goes, y'all. Like, and I have to go by that. That's my parent. Just like if your human parents tell you to do something or not to do something, you're supposed to obey that. It's no different. He's my father. So what he tells me to do in that Bible, I am supposed to follow. If he says no servile work, I can't be doing this on the Shabbat. I can't do that. And I understand that society and man may not get down, or their belief may not be strong like that, but that has nothing to do with me. And if that means that I can't get that job, then all that tells me is that one wasn't meant for me. It didn't matter how good it was, it seemed perfect. It was not perfect for me in my situation. And so those are hurdles that I have to overcome. That doesn't mean, he makes the way for me. He paves the way. And so I trust in that. So I don't worry when it comes to anything. And so that's why I do what I do. And I'm trying to encourage y'all, to kind of be in that same kind of like mindset. You know what I'm saying? If you are a faithful person, then you need to show that. And when he says don't lean on your own understanding, we're supposed to we're as followers of the Most High, and I'm a servant of the Most High, then that means that, I can't be trying to do what he's doing for me. You know what I'm saying? That's rushing it. You know what I mean? I need to stay in my lane, and I need to be patient. I need to pray. There's an order that things need to be done for me. Okay? So I take my spirituality and my my connection with the Most High serious. And it's not always easy, but it's always a work in progress. I'm always being tested, and each day there's things that are always kind of thrown my way. I will tell you guys this. I have noticed some good things, and I want to go ahead and give my thanks to y'all viewers out there, because I'm getting some really good feedback. Whenever I check my emails, I'm getting good feedback. Viewers y'all are checking out the videos. Y'all are really enjoying them. Like, I got what they say, like 500 views or something like that on my videos. I think I've been doing this for about 2 months. So I really appreciate y'all checking out my videos and everything like that. I'm just gonna keep bringing you guys videos every doggone day, and just keep getting better at my videos and everything like that. And if y'all have anything that you guys want me to be covering in these videos or whatever, please let me know. I have no problems. I mean, this is going to eventually be like my traveling channel kind of thing, because I'm on my way out the door. Yes, minor setback. And that's fine. That is so fine, because things happen, and and you got to roll with it. And so, is it critical? Nah, it's not. I can push, I'll push my time back, and it's no big deal. It just isn't, because I'm not, there's no reason to rush. There just isn't no reason. And plus, he's the one that has the ultimate say. Again, another family member and I were talking about this just the other day. Like, sometimes we plan something, but he unplans it. Case in point, I thought I was going to be there for 3 months. That was my thing, whatever. Didn't happen. 1 month, that was it, you know. So I was able to get some good out of that 1 month. So I can't complain. And now that means now I'm going to be on that grind. So I already know in between, you know, now and my next job, what do I need to do? Because I'm gonna show y'all something. I told y'all I'm getting this bike. Bike is expensive. It's gonna set me back a little. But I'm getting this bike, y'all. I'm getting it. I'm just getting it. So I'm not stressing that. So there are some things that I know I can do in the meantime until I find work that I'm going to do, and I'm going to be able to make some money. So I'm not stressing that at all. I'll be able to make money. I got enough food to last me until next week, which is fine. Plenty of bottled water, you know, so I'm good. One of my aunties told me, if you have everything that you need, like item-wise, food and stuff like that, your bills are paid, but if you don't have any money, you're fine. You may be financially broke, but you have everything that you need, so you're not in any worries. So I'm at that point. I have the things that I need. Bills are about to be paid up. Phone bill's already paid, so that's good. Just got to pay the rent. I'll be paying that next Wednesday, and so I'm good, and I'll still have money. So that's what and I was really good with not spending money leading up to, this week. I only spent what I needed. I already had food, so I didn't need to buy food. And all I really needed was, to spend $1.25 going to work and coming back every day, and that's it. So I was really good. Getting this bike, you guys, has been a lifesaver. It's been saving me so much money, because before I got the bike, I was taking those lifts, and I was spending like over $300 a month. Is it a month? Yeah. On lifts, and that's just crazy. Like, I'm like, dang, man. I mean, I don't want to be doing that. That's money I could be saving. So bought the bike, saved all that doggone money, and then I just bought the right type of food. I bought food that's not only going to last me, but is going to fill me up, so I'm not eating too much. And it just worked. It really worked. I still have a little bit of food. And again, it did what it's supposed to do. So that's how I do these things, and it works for me. And so if it could work for me, it could work for you guys. So these are the steps that I am taking to get to my journey. There's a lot of little steps. Now, I've been watching a lot of videos. They're talking about the visa thing, and so there's still a lot of things that I have to do, still before I go. There's a lot of things, and so it's not a problem if I don't go right away, because here's the thing. I want to do things the right way and the smart way. My YouTube channel is kind of picking up steam. It's getting the recognition. People are viewing, and that's good. So I'm really kind of just focusing a lot more on my YouTube channel, and giving my viewers what they want. And my viewers want to watch my videos. They want to hear what I have to say, and I want to start doing things a little bit more interesting and fun for you guys, So instead of just doing things in my room, which is cool, but I'm gonna be out and about and stuff like that. So I'm gonna show y'all some different sites and stuff like that. So these are things that I definitely want to do to to help my channel get a little bit more attention, and be more entertaining, if that's what you guys want. I do like to give kind of advice and suggestions and be as helpful as I possibly can, because I didn't get to this age by mistake. I've done a lot of things in my 49 plus years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've done a lot, and although I may not look as like my age, like I don't look like an older person like that, because I dress or whatever, you're only as old as you feel. I don't feel old, so therefore I don't act that. I don't feel you have to act a certain way. I am mature, I'm responsible, but I'm also very energetic. I enjoy the things that I enjoy, you know what I'm saying? I like to skateboard, like I said, I like to ride bikes, and so I get into the things that, that I like doing, Look, I mean, I still play video games, so I mean, I still do, things that keep my youth, alive, you know what I'm saying? And so, but yeah, so these are the things that I enjoy doing, y'all, but I will be giving you guys different options for my videos and stuff like that. But I just kind of wanted to break that off on y'all because I'm like, dang, man, like, so yesterday when I got home, well, first I went and got me some lunch. Okay, so I treated myself to lunch at a buffet, yeah, so that was good. I had me 2 nice plates at Hearts. I don't know, I'm sure y'all heard of Hearts, but I ain't been there in a few years, so I wanted to get me something different. So I went to Hearts and did me a little buffet, and got nice and full, and decided to kind of relax and kind of joyride around, and then I eventually made my way back home. So one of my aunties was telling me about this other type of insurance that I should try to look into, and I called 2 times yesterday, and both times were like extremely long wait times. The first time was like 30 minutes. I didn't wait. I hung up after that. The second time, it was like almost an hour, and I believe I hung up. I think I did hang up. I ended up, so I didn't go straight home because it was cooler outside than it was in my room. So I figured I'll just, sit at this bus stop, that's close by my house, because it had a bench. And I wanted to make my calls there, you know what I'm saying, just because it was cool. So I was kind of chilling there for about an hour. And then after, just being on hold and, enjoying outside in the breeze. And then I went home, rode my bike home, and I think I had my headphones on, and so I pressed a button. I think I was trying to hang up. I really was trying to hang up. And I don't know if it hung up or not. I just pressed a button and I was riding my bike, and that was about it. So yeah, that's basically what happened yesterday after work. And then I came home, showered. I don't know. I didn't eat anything. I didn't eat anything for the rest of the day. I forgot what I did, y'all. I did something, and then I think I just kind of got sidetracked. And I was meaning, because it was early. It was way early. I said to myself, you know what? It's early. I'll make my video in like about an hour. So I was kind of relaxed. Wanted to relax, and then all of a sudden I got too comfortable, and before you know it, it was too late, and I did not get to make my video. So that was basically what happened. So I apologize about that, guys. I will make sure that I do not make a habit of forgetting those videos, because that's not good. I don't want to be doing that. I still am going to be figuring out the scheduling of my videos, because I don't want to put too much stress on myself and overpromise and underdeliver. That's not what I'm trying to do. So whatever it is I'm going to do, regardless of it being now or later, I want to make sure that I stick to whatever schedule that I do have. And it doesn't matter if, okay, well, now I have all this time, but then what happens next week and I have no time or little time. So I don't want to get into this back and forth, and whatever schedule that I have, I find myself committing to, that's what it's going to be, regardless of having more time or not. So that's what it's going to be. But I think for right now, I will still remain doing the videos every day. But I will let you guys know if and when that changes, and stuff like that. So anyways, I kind of just wanted to, show y'all a little something, give you guys a little behind the scenes, I guess you can say. That's why I was bringing out my computer and stuff like that, so I could show you guys, look, this is what I be doing, when I'm kind of like chilling. So if you want something, your actions will prove it. So it's not about how much time, it's just about what you do with the time you have. So, or the thought. It's like when somebody's like, well, I was gonna call you, but I didn't have much time to do it. I only had like 15 minutes, and I didn't think that was gonna be enough time. Okay, pause. First off, I'm gonna call BS, because it doesn't matter. It's not about how long, it's the thought. Because the thing is, folks, we're not guaranteed to see another day. So why waste an opportunity because of amount of time? These are cell phones we have. You can text somebody. You can even do a voice message through text. So there's literally no excuse to contact somebody. If you really want to, you can. It's when people throw an excuse in there that just kind of makes it all kind of like, a bunch of hot air. That's one example. And it's no different than anything else you do. Like I have things set up even on my phone. I have a smartphone. I have a Galaxy S25 Ultra. So it's a business phone all over the place. Got a pen and all that. I can do everything basically I can do. Matter of fact, my phone is a computer. It's got the decks on it. So to be honest, I have no excuse. I ain't gotta wait. Okay, at the other job, I did have to wait till I got home, or at least got on the bus to do business, because I had absolutely no service at the job. None. I didn't. I couldn't connect to nothing. So yeah. So in that case, I would have had to at least wait till I got on a bus that had Wi-Fi, because not all the buses have Wi-Fi. So I had to wait till I got on a bus that's got Wi-Fi to do anything, to check emails, to respond to emails, all of that. So, but if you have the opportunity, if you're able to use the internet to have connectivity, then you can do all this stuff. Matter of fact, if you use the bathroom, you can get on your phone in the bathroom and you can fill out, at least you can apply for 2 to 3, depending on how long you're in the bathroom. You can apply for a job at the time that that you're in there. You know what I'm saying? You can just duck away in one of the stalls, and then you can do some business and then dip. So again, if you really want to do something, you can do it. And literally, it's no different than my constant everyday fight and struggle with, this walk that I'm in, which is, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, so I move differently as I'm supposed to. And so again, there's a lot of things that I can no longer do that most people can do. There's foods that I can't eat. Okay, there's fastings that I have to do, and there's different things that I have to do throughout any week. So like, let's say the rest of the world that follows religion, they have their Xmas, they have all their pagan days, unthanks taken, the bunny, that, what is that? Is that today? The bunny, the bunny day, and all them other crazy days, the V Day and the Green Day and all that kind of stuff. So it's all of these pagan days that the world partakes in and participates in. Well, as a Hebrew Israelite, I know that I cannot and I do not partake in those. I do not partake in anything that is pagan. And all of those are pagan, okay? They're traditions, and they're not truth. And so, interestingly enough, the Bible actually talks about the Xmas more specifically, and so it's interesting how people claim that they read the Bible, but they don't get that. But maybe it's the Most High that doesn't allow those people to see that and to understand that. But whatever, I do, and I take it seriously. So yeah, there's just a lot of things that I have to be aware of. I got to be conscious of, so I don't mess up, And so once you can't unknow it. You have to own it. You have to really stand by it, and it has to be serious to you. And you really need to understand, if you believe in the Most High, which I do believe, and if you believe that He's all powerful and He's above all and any, then what sense does it make that I would listen to someone else that's underneath Him, over Him? It would be no different than if your parent told you to do something or not to do something, and you're supposed to do it this way, but you're going to listen to, I don't know, a babysitter or someone else that isn't your parent, that's not even, that doesn't have that kind of power. It's really the same thing, and it doesn't matter, well, what if it's a judge or if it's a policeman. It doesn't matter, because really it comes down to you. It comes down to what do you believe? Who do you believe? Who do you trust? Who do you fear? You're not supposed to fear man. You're supposed to fear the Most High. So man and what man says or doesn't say or do or doesn't do should not affect you. It shouldn't bother you at all, because you should already know that He's got my back. This is just, I'm just doing things to stay, to be relevant. I'm just doing things because I need to do things, to get towards my goal. There's gonna be, opportunities that may seem like they're going to be good for you, but you have to weed through those to get to the right one, and by you doing things, by you being productive and, not being complacent, you're showing Him that you're serious, that you really are trying to do something for yourself. And He knows that. He's creating you a path. And you need to stay on that path, It's when you start doing things on your own where things start to mess up. You start getting frantic. Oh, snap. Well, I didn't do this or whatever, so I have to double time. I got to make up for this lost time because, whatever. So, but when you learn from your mistakes, you know that you need to be always saving and do more saving than spending. And the good thing for me is I'm not in a position where I am wanting to be spending, because I'm saving to leave, and so therefore the saving is already there. So I'm already in that mind frame and in that mode to not be spending money. So that's how I do these things and how I'm able to comfortably, navigate and all that kind of stuff, y'all. So I'm just showing y'all how I do it, and it works. So since I've had this channel, I think I've had this is now my second job. So I've shown you guys some things as I have had problems and struggles at the fast food place, Whataburger. That's where it's all started from. Then I showed y'all what happened when, and even at that time I was saving money. I had money coming in. And then I was about a week away from that job, and then I got this job. So I'm not saying that things are going to happen quick for you all the time. Excuse me. It could, but it really depends on, it depends on a lot of stuff, but it mainly depends on you and your will and your efforts that you put into it. You got to be focused. You got to have your priorities in order. and you really got to be about it. You cannot be picky and choosy. You really need to have your mind set and goal oriented, and you really need to apply yourself, really. Because if you have any kind of skills, y'all, there's no reason why you guys should not be able to make, to find work. There's plenty of work, and in my mindset, and you should never have to go backwards. So like, and I think I mentioned this before, any job that I get, new job, I always at least want to make if not the same, more money than the last job. There's certain exceptions, like, the job I'm at now, or the job I was at, I was making good money. And so that's a pretty good amount. So that's actually my minimum amount that I would want to make. So it's okay that, if I can make something about the same, but a lot of my jobs I'm looking at, they're, even $2 more than that. So, but yeah, so I always want to make sure that I at least find another job that pays about the same or more, not lower. That I don't want to do that. So, and I normally am good, and I haven't had that problem, but that's just something that I do, what works for me. And there's plenty of work out there. So, and the good thing is I have a bike now, so it's going to make things a lot easier for me to navigate around and to be able to find something. So, so yeah, y'all, that's basically what I am doing, and what I have been doing and what's been going on. And so, it's, there's another twist and turn that I have to kind of navigate through, and I will continue to do it. I will continue to bring forth this information, let you guys know how things are going, well or not, but as y'all always see, I'm always positive. I'm always in an upbeat mood, and always have encouraging information to bring forth to y'all, because the world is too negative, and with all the doubt going on with people, I've been there, I've done that. So now I'm showing you guys how to move without doing all the doubts, without having all the doubts. And if any of y'all out there are Israelites that are either new to this walk or thinking about it, and just don't understand or know how you can make this, I'm showing you guys how to do it. And I'm not saying that it's always going to be easy. It's rarely easy. It gets easier at times, I believe, but you're just doing things. You are one in this. You're just one small person in this fishbowl, and you're going against the current daily. You're constantly going against the current, and there's always different spots where, once things are going smooth right here, boom, you turn this corner, bam, and then you got something else that you got to run into. That's going to be an issue. So, but the Most High, He knows everything. He sees what you're doing. He's testing you to make sure that you are that true warrior and soldier for Him, and that you are going to, it's okay. You've learned this. How do you handle this? Are you going to freak out and worry because something didn't go right your way, or you're going to stay calm, pray, and just, that's literally how you're supposed to do it, So I don't want to take too much more of your time. This was a nice long video. Really wanted to make up for yesterday, but I enjoyed bringing you guys this video. There's going to be some fun videos on the way, Father willing, tomorrow. Tomorrow should be interesting. Again, I don't know how the weather's going to be outside, as far as if it's going to be if it's going to be good enough for me to be able to go outside and do anything. If not, the video will be here. So anyways, I'm gonna still get one out to y'all. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all checking out this video. Feel free to comment if you guys have any comments, anything that y'all want to say or add, any suggestions or anything like that. If you guys are new to my channel, this is y'all first time checking it out, think about subscribing to my channel, y'all, because you know I'm a new face to the YouTube universe, and I'm bringing some fresh content, some cool content from a kind of a different angle. Unlike a lot of the other people out there, I want to do things my way, and I feel that I have a really good platform. You know, I have a lot of good information that I think a lot of people would want to know and want to hear. And so hit that notification bell so that way you guys are notified about the videos that I'm dropping when I'm dropping them. Smash that like button if you like my video. And with that being said, I'm Real King, and this is it, y'all.